What's up guys, Clouded Truth here with some more Battlefield 3, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another weapon comparison. The two guns I'm going to be comparing today are the G3A3 and the AN-94 assault rifles. Now this was asked by a couple of you guys, so I figured I would go ahead and try these guns out post-patch, and it turned out to be actually kind of fun. I found myself enjoying playing with these guns, and whereas pre-patch they were a real pain to play with just because they were very difficult to use, and post-patch, both of these weapons have gotten a very large buff, and they also have very unique aspects about them that separate them from any other assault rifles in Battlefield 3, and really they're not even hardly ever mentioned when it comes to the best assault rifles in the game, and that's almost a little bit sad to see, but we're going to go ahead and dive into these guns and figure out what makes them so unique. So the first gun is the AN-94, which is a 166,000 point unlock while playing in the assault class. It has a rounds per minute fire rate of 600 on full auto, with a option of a 1200 rounds per minute fire rate, which I'll explain how in just a second. The max damage is 25 at just under 10 meters, and the minimum will be 18.4 out to 50 meters. The magazine holds 30 bullets plus 1 in the chamber, and the gun will take 2.6 seconds to reload while you still have a bullet left in your chamber, and 3.5 seconds to reload if you have completely exhausted your clip and chamber bullet as well. Now, with concerning the 1200 rounds per minute fire rate, has to deal with the AN-94's unique firing mode, and that is the 2-round burst. This gun has a full auto 2-round and single shot firing modes, however it's built around that 2-shot burst, which is what I would recommend leaving it at, because those 2 rounds together, they are fired so quickly, basically back to back, that it's almost like the gun is firing at 1200 rounds per minute because of how close and fast they travel together, making this gun extremely accurate and very, very effective at medium range. In close quarters, the AN-94 struggles a lot just because it has a very slow rounds per minute fire rate of 600, and the recoil when hip firing is kind of hard to control. It's because since the full auto mode is just kind of haywire when you fire, it's got just recoil, almost seems like it's going everywhere. Makes it very difficult to hip fire, which is why I'd recommend sticking to a 2-round burst and trying to play a bit more passively, even though I am kind of shooting guys up here very close on Damavin Peak. But I would recommend hanging back just a little bit while playing with this gun, making it a much more effective medium range assault rifle, which is where this gun thrives. Now, the AN-94 setup that I like to use is the Cobra red dot sight, the underslung rail, because I don't want to have its reduced aim accuracy with the foregrip, and the gun's side-to-side recoil is controllable enough to where I don't think a foregrip is necessary. And the final attachment is the heavy barrel. The heavy barrel has gotten a huge buff since the last patch, making it very effective when burst firing while you have the heavy barrel equipped, and since the AN-94's best firing mode is the 2-round burst, the combination makes the AN-94 with the heavy barrel an absolute laser beam when it comes to firing. I find myself easily taking out snipers. I can just get a couple of bursts and they are down. It is so amazing how quick this gun will drop even snipers. Like right here, look at this shot. Whoop, this sniper just goes down, no problem. This gun is extremely accurate when equipped with the heavy barrel. You can even put a higher zoom, like such as a 3 or 4x zoom, and the AN-94 will still do extremely well. Overall, though, the AN-94 is a very good medium-range gun. Close quarters, it struggles because of its kind of haywire recoil when it comes to full auto, and its very slow fire rate. The next gun is the G3A3, which is a 160,000 point co-op unlock. This gun fires at a very slow 550 rounds per minute fire rate. The max damage is a whopping 34 at just under 10 meters and a minimum of 22 out to a pretty long 60 meters. This gun holds 20 rounds in its clip plus 1 in the chamber. It will take 2.1 seconds to reload while you still have a bullet left in your chamber, and 3.4 seconds to reload if you have completely exhausted all your shots in your clip and your chamber bullet as well. Now, the G3A3, since the most recent patch, got a reduction in its vertical recoil, and it is definitely noticeable. The gun is a lot easier to control and handle. I find myself getting more kills, whereas pre-patch, the gun was very, very difficult to use, and honestly, I just didn't even care for it. Nope, didn't even want to use it. I actually didn't even unlock it pre-patch. I had picked it up off dead bodies that I found really when I kind of was just looking around for a G3. A lot of times during matches, I would see if anybody was running it, go kill the guy, and then pick it up and try to use it, and it just didn't really work for me. I did not enjoy the gun. Post-patch, though, the G3A3, for me, is a single-fire laser beam. It's got a full auto-firing mode, which you can use. However, I find that that does not work very well for me because the G3A3 really thrives at medium to even long range. I don't like to use this gun in close quarters. I find myself losing a lot of gunfights because at 550 rounds, that is the slowest in the assault class. So the G3A3 is by no means a close quarters gun. I find myself doing very well at medium to long range. Even here on Operation Metro Rush Defense, I'm picking off these snipers so easily. I mean, a lot of these shots is just incredible. I mean, look at these shots. I'm picking off these snipers no problem, and I got a reflex sight. I've got like one of the smallest zooms in the game besides the iron sights, and I'm picking off these guys that have got 7-8 times scopes on. The G3A3 is so incredibly accurate, and my favorite setup would be the reflex red dot, the underslung rail, and the heavy barrel. I do not dart with this gun using M26 because that is extremely dirty, and you should not play like that. But with the heavy barrel equipped, the G3A3 is a lot like the AN-94. That single fire mode makes the G3A3 so accurate when you have the heavy barrel equipped. It is very, very good at medium to long range. That's where I like to keep it, and I find that it is most effective when playing from those two distances. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. Overall, these two guns are very, very similar, and if I had to pick one, I couldn't. Both of these guns have got very unique aspects about them. The AN-94's 2-round burst and the G3A3's extreme high damage that really make them two very, very good assault rifles. And for me, it is almost impossible to choose. So I want you guys to choose in the comment section. Please let me know down below which of these two guns you prefer. And you all have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.